I don't know what happened to the lady.
We went out. What night that was? We went out. Saturday night. We went out Saturday night. We went to the Roof Chris. We ate. We had a good time. She was like, let's turn up for your birthday. We went down to the V12. Shouts out to Vinny and all the people at V12. That's the video y'all saw. Or whatever, with us walking in. Them making a whole lot of noise. We left there. We all got in the car together. The car dropped us off at Tamar house. I didn't go upstairs. I went to my car. I went and met James Knox at BJ Rooster. And I came home.
Money ain't God, but through him, my relationship with money changed.
And what is that? Break that down.
It's not my problem.
What do you mean?
It's not my problem. It's his problem. And it always...
Okay, I gotta call you back. I'm about to have Bible study.
Why?
Because I'm saved. And I read the word. Because it's important to know the word. How else we gonna battle all these demons and witchcraft? How else you gonna do it?
There are other books.
Girl, get off of my phone. Get off of my phone. I'll call you back.
I mean, that book was written by racist white
girl, goodbye, girl. I'll call you in an hour.
Why in the world did I feel the need to make fun of Tamar Braxton in the most outrageous way imaginable and spread the myth that this near-death experience was not a chance occurrence? Tamar nearly died the same night. She was in her own house, bleeding and broken. It was out of control, funky. He did not refer to her as his sister, friend, or even Tamar when people questioned him about what actually happened. He dismissed her icily as the lady. Let us be honest, but I mean always. Without a serious incident, we do not simply wake up with blood all over the place, a broken nose, and broken teeth. Tamar acknowledged that she nearly passed away and was unsure of how it occurred, why some people believe that this was not an accident at all, and Tamar's cryptic tweet in response to Funky Deneva's casual shade. The tea grows darker, so pay attention. Alright, so this is what Tamar herself disclosed. She recently made a shocking revelation on Instagram stories that left admirers in shock. She wrote, "When I heard Michael Ketterer's Spirit playing in the background, I struggled to write this, but everyone keeps calling me, and honestly, I can't even really talk anymore. I'm so weak. I almost died Sunday. I was found in a pool of blood from my frame with a face injury." She continued after that. According to Tamar, she lost multiple teeth, broke her nose, and even experienced mobility problems. It was more than just bodily pain. She claimed that the encounter fundamentally altered her perspective on life. As the days go by, the worse it is. The way I look at life now is totally different. As my hope is on the men, my mental journey begins. Pray for me, for real. I don't even know what happened to me. Well, terror sprang out at once after that confession. Fans hurried to inquire, asking the obvious. How does someone with a broken nose wake up in a pool of blood, have no idea what occurred, and still have time to post on Instagram? A fan wrote, like, what in the world did somebody deck her and she lost consciousness? How do you wake up missing 4 teeth? Sounds like a scene out of The Hangover. I hope nobody harmed her. Another person added, Funky Deneva calling Tamar. That lady is classic disassociation. That was your friend that took you out on your birthday the night before, with you. Funky Deneva was actually with her the previous evening, which is where things become complicated. Partying, eating out, and celebrating his birthday. Later, I will buzz. Tamar is posting as if her life had come to an end. The internet, however, began making connections right away. Was Tamar incarcerated? Was there a rumor that she was experimenting with anything spiritual that went horribly wrong? Or did something happen in that house? At that point, Funky Deneva's remarks made everything seem even more chaotic. Everyone. Because Quentin Latham, also known as Funky Deneva, did not keep quiet. He took to the internet to address the matter, but rather than expressing worry or standing up for Tamar, his reaction left people perplexed. Funky himself stated, "I do not know what happened to the lady. On Saturday night, we went out and enjoyed ourselves at Bruce, Chris, and A. After that, we celebrated my birthday by going down to V12. Everyone watched the video. The vehicle then drove us to Tamar's residence. I stayed below. After meeting James Knox at BJ Rooster in my car, I left for home."
I don't know what happened to the lady.
We went out. What night that was? We went out. Saturday night. We went out Saturday night. We went to the Roof Chris. We ate. We had a good time. She was like, let's turn up for your birthday. We went down to the V12. Shouts out to Vinny and all the people at V12. That's the video y'all saw. Or whatever, with us walking in. Them making a whole lot of noise. We left there. We all got in the car together. The car dropped us off at Tamar house. I didn't go upstairs. I went to my car. I went and met James Knox at BJ Rooster, and I came home.
You will notice that he did not mention my buddy Tamar or even sis. He referred to her as the woman, and that true fans are mistaken because you would not withdraw yourself so coldly if you had just spent hours with someone and they nearly perished. Funky acknowledged that the following morning, Tamar texted him to get Dr. Heavenly's number. The reality celebrity dentist from Atlanta who performs emergency veneers is that person. Funky claimed to have assumed it was merely a tooth problem. Then Tamar began posting about blood, fractured bones, and nearly dying hours later.
Next day when I woke up, I had a text message from Tamar at 10 in the morning that said, "Can you give me Dr. Heavenly phone number?"
They were all showing up, and the timetable certainly appeared odd. Everything appeared to be going okay, and by AM, she is making emergency calls for a dentist. As soon as Funky did not say anything aloud, your admirers realized something had happened. On X, a fan wrote, "Nah, Funky knew something was up. That the lady comment was him distancing himself before the storm hit. Classic Funky move." Another speculated, "Feels like Funky was being shady because he didn't approve of whoever Tamar was with that night. He wanted to clear his name before the blogs dragged him." Clocky, his aloof tone fueled an already raging fire. Whether that was deliberate shade or just Funky being funky. Did Funky make fun of Tamar because he sensed she was handling something more sinister than she should have? At that point, the emphasis changed from wounds to rituals. As Tamar sought healing and prayed for help, her own family fueled the flames. Her sister Tony raced and hopped on live and made a comment that caught everybody off guard. Tony dismissed Tamar's suggestion that she read the Bible to ward off witchcraft and demons, stating that book was authored by a racist white man.
Okay, I gotta call you back. I'm about to have Bible study.
Why?
Cause I'm saved. And I read
Why
the
you have
word.
Bible study?
Because it's important to know the word. How else we gonna battle all these demons and witchcraft? How else you gonna do it?
There are other books.
Girl, get off of my phone. I'll call you
I
back.
mean, that book was written by a racist white
Girl, goodbye, girl. I'll call you in an hour.
Fans were stunned by such remark because the family was raised in a deeply religious household. People thought right away that the Braxton sisters were fighting about faith, spirituality, and possibly even rituals, rather than just injuries. One passage that came up throughout the discussion was 1 Timothy 4.1. Now, the Spirit expressly says that in a later time some will depart from the faith, giving heed to deceiving spirits and doctrines of demons. Online followers, however, immediately connected that verse to Tony's remarks. Some even proposed that Tamar may have been attacked spiritually in addition to physically. However, Tamar did not help the situation by acknowledging in previous interviews that she no longer attends church, but that she still hears God's voice in private, even claiming that he once spoke to her while she was taking a shower.
Because I'm a person that don't go to church.
Right.
You know?
It's not about religion either.
It's not.
your relationship
it's
with
about
God.
my relationship with him, and I didn't find that until a couple of years ago in the shower.
Really?
Yeah.
At that point, rumors of voodoo ceremonies began to circulate more vigorously. People drew attention to the way that Tamar's remarks about fighting demons matched her sister's rejection of the Bible and Funky Deneva's disassociation by referring to her as the lady. I can now sum it up nicely by saying that spiritual combat is taking place. Tony said to forget the Bible, Tamar said demons, and Funky said the lady. None of this seems to be a coincidence. But by this time, we are beginning to worry about Tamar's health, which leads to full-fledged conspiracy theories about whether or not she was involved in something sinister, or if that is almost what killed her, because she was discovered unconscious in a Los Angeles hotel room in 2020 and was sent to the hospital immediately. Reports at the time suggested she might have overdosed, but later her partner David Adefeso stated she had a combination of prescription drugs and alcohol. People were already concerned about Tamar's mental health because of that circumstance. She eventually acknowledged that it was not an isolated incident and that the extreme pressure she was under led her to try suicide. According to Tamar's own admission, that time of my life was so dark and so heavy, I didn't see how I was going to come out on the other side. She also exposed how family drama, a crumbling career, and industry pressure pushed her to the edge. And let's not forget, just last year Tamar went public again, saying she was going back into treatment because her marriage and family drama were tearing her apart. Y'all have no idea. None. The gaslighting is crazy and I'm going back into treatment. Oh my gosh. I just pray that my marriage can be saved and my life can be spared. My family is awful. When followers saw her most recent revelation of being dangerously close to death, they stopped considering it to be a one-off incident. They made some connections and discovered that Tamar has always struggled with spiritual and personal demons. And every time she stumbles into one of these life or death situations, it's surrounded by mystery, family feuds, and industry gossip. Thus, we return to the present. Was it simply another breakdown, or did something or someone else push her over the line if Tamar truly had no idea what had happened to her this time? And that is precisely why rumors of a ceremony gone wrong spread so quickly. People believe Tamar has been manipulating forces and people who are much darker than she acknowledges. The fan theories became even more irrational as the internet began to piece it all together. The internet had gone utterly crazy at this point. Tony's Bible-shy remarks simply made things more confusing, Tamar's account did not make sense, and Funky Deneva's remark about the lady felt frigid. Fans, therefore, did what they normally do. They became detectives. 9 potential possibilities that people were speculating about were broken down in one widely shared thread. First, Funky Deneva himself put hands on Tamar. 2. Vince, her ex-husband, showed up and things turned violent. Third, Tamar attempted ST again. 4. She was creeping with Mendices or YLK and got caught. 5. She had a seizure and collapsed. 6. A demon literally attacked her. 7. Cover up for plastic surgery gone wrong. 8. She got jumped by friends. Or 9. K. Michelle ran up on her. To be honest, Tamar's past gave each item on the list a warped sense of plausibility, which is why it went viral. But folks, this is where things become even more gloomy. Tamar painted demons herself. Funky's jokes and Tony's dismissal of the Bible led many to believe that this was a spiritual conflict rather than merely poor luck. Even if Funky does not know him for his insults, his behavior before the blogs connected him to anything occult nearly seemed like he was washing his hands. However, another layer of individuals brought up the fact that just before her post, Tamar had asked for Dr. Heavenly's number. If she was fractured and beating out, why was she called in dispersed? The people that surround Tamar are impossible to ignore, since they are always sucked into the tempest. And this time, admirers were not afraid to make connections. Vince Herbert, her ex-husband, comes first. There were rumors that he might have arrived, anger erupted, and violence broke out. People on the internet did not think twice about include Vince in the story because of his past conflict with Tamar. And K. Michelle comes next. They have been sparring on stage and social media for years, making their feud well known. But one of the most bizarre possibilities is that after years of repressed tension, K. Michelle may have confronted Tamar. Is there evidence now? No. Mendices Harris from Love and Hip Hop is another name. Rumor has it that Tamar was having an affair with him or someone in his social group. Not to be overlooked is Atlanta dentist Dr. Heavenly. Fans noted how odd it was that Tamar reached for a dentist's number rather than 911 when she texted about veneers just before her health issue. Tamar was attempting to hide a cosmetic accident. Perhaps Funky Deneva did not want anything to do with a covert procedure that went wrong. Together with Funky Deneva's icy tone and Tony Braxton's dismissal of the Bible, they appear to be more than a coincidental incident. She claims that Funky Deneva is acting shadily by referring to her as the lady, and that she has no idea what transpired. Fans are certain that something sinister occurred behind the scenes, but Tony Braxton brushes the Bible aside as if it were just another book. I'm aware that Halloween is quickly approaching, but there are 2 things that are certain, and questions that remain unsolved. Was she set up by her circle? Was she being clowned by Funky Deneva because he knew more than he was letting on? Or are we simply witnessing the harsh reality of the industry's customs finally catching up with her? In any case, the story is far from done, everyone. I would like to hear from you all now. Do you believe Tamar's mishap was the result of pure luck or something more serious? If you are enjoying the channel, leave a comment below and click the like button.